In today's video, I'm going to teach you OBS Studio, how to add a webcam in 1080p and 4K. OBS Studio tutorial. First, open OBS Studio. If you're new to OBS, think of a scene as the container for what your audience will see and sources as the individual elements inside that scene, like your webcam, game capture, or images. Look for the sources box at the bottom, click the plus icon, and choose video capture device. This is how we tell OBS to pull in a camera feed. Give your device a clear name so you can recognize it later, especially if you plan to add multiple cameras. Next, pick your camera from the device dropdown. If you don't see it, make sure no other apps are using the camera and that any required drivers are installed. On some systems, you may need to grant camera permissions the first time you add it. Once selected, you should see a live preview. By default, many webcams will use the device's automatic settings, which can limit quality. Change resolution/FPS type from device default to custom. This gives you precise control and prevents the camera from quietly switching to a lower resolution. Now choose your resolution. For full HD, select 1920 by 1080. For ultra sharp video, pick 3840 by 2160 if your webcam supports 4K. Keep in mind that 4K requires more bandwidth and processing power, and not all cameras or cables support it. If 4K isn't in the list, your camera or connection likely doesn't provide that mode. Try a USB 3.0 port and cable if applicable. Sticking to 1080p is a great balance of quality and performance for most setups. Set FPS to highest FPS. This tells OBS to request the maximum frame rate the camera can deliver at your chosen resolution. Typical options are 30 or 60 frames per second. If you notice stuttering later, you can always come back and set this to a specific value like 30 to reduce load. Click Configure Video to fine-tune image quality. Here you can adjust exposure, white balance, and contrast. For a more consistent look, consider turning off auto exposure and setting it manually to avoid flicker. Lock white balance so your skin tone doesn't drift as lighting changes. If the image is grainy, reduce gain and add more light instead. Small tweaks here make a big difference in clarity and color accuracy. That's it. You've added your webcam to OBS with control over resolution, frame rate, and image settings, so you're ready for a crisp, professional-looking stream or recording.